Hi, my name's Neil, and today I'm going to assemble my new racking that I got from Homebase. This is the 400, it's the Rack 400. So here's the box that it comes in, nice big box. This is the Rack 400, which means that per shelf it can do 400 kilograms per shelf. It's a 4-wired shelf, and here's a picture of what it's supposed to look like. And it can also link together as well, so you actually see there as it links. And so here's the big box that it comes in, which I think is it's adequate. This one was at the bottom of the pile. It's slightly dented. Anyway, so obviously because you've got these large straps, we're going to need something to go and cut those with. So I've got a pair of scissors, but obviously you might use a Stanley knife, and there's some cable ties in here as well. Now this isn't the first time that I've had one of these. I actually already have 3 of these in the garage, and I had a 4th one at home. Alright, so some of these are going to be stuck together, so we just put these up to the side. Okay, they are the cross slats. So this is the length of the item. That also make up the shelves. Now obviously I've had these before, so I know that I was very happy with how they assembled before, but I've just thought it might be interesting to show it being put up for anybody who's considering buying one. I actually picked this one up at the weekend, and they are currently in Homebase. They are these particular ones, which I didn't actually say the dimensions of it. Dimensions on this one is 1893 wide by 1831 high and 430 millimeters in depth. Yeah, this was actually half price at the moment. I don't know when you're seeing it, it's only they're doing a half price sale, but obviously if the sale's not on, personally they're still worth it. I looked them up because I was actually looking to get another one, and I was actually looking to pay I didn't mind paying the full price for it. So the fact that this shelf at the moment is actually £99, I was very happy at that. Anyway, let's start assembling it. So first thing I'm going to need to do is, you've got cable ties here, and the cable ties are just holding the shelving onto the framework. So without dropping this one, it only has 2 cable ties either side, and then they will drop on the floor if you aren't holding it properly. Okay. Obviously you'll need the shelving later, that can go on as a last thing. Obviously it does have instructions. So one of the things on this is that depending on what stuff you've got to go on your shelving, you need to actually measure how much gap you want in between each shelf. After measuring what I've previously got, because they're the heights that I'm looking for. So personally what I'm doing is I'm going to have 4 off the bottom and then every 4th one. That won't make sense quite yet, but these assemble so well. So what you have is you've got these grooves here, and just on the inside of that you've got these little slots that go in, and then what happens is you just put that to where you want it and then you slide it down, and that's already locked in. So what I'm looking to have at the moment is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my bracket needs to go in there to be my right height. So all I'm going to do is pop that in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can get the other side. So literally, once we have this in the position for the 4th, and then slot that down, that will already stand up straight away. Let's do exactly the same on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and get that to slot in. Okay. And slot that in. Okay. So the next ones, just have to unwrap these. So obviously you just need to unwrap the rest of these. And my next one wants to be 3 up. So it's actually going in the 4th one. Okay, so that's the main framework on. So the next bit we're going to look at is putting the shelves in. So these are going to be the supports that actually support the meshing. And again, they're very simple to actually put on. So you see here, we actually have a round hole and a slot. And you have that for the round hole, and then that goes down in the slot. So that just kind of slots in, so that goes in at the top there, and then the round hole just goes in and it pops out underneath. And we do the same on this side, and that is how that goes in. And so you can just see it underneath there as it pops out. So I'm going to get the rest of these in, and then we'll put the shelf on top. Okay. So here's the mesh, the trays, let's just say the shelves, and they just lay on top. Okay, so once your shelves are actually in, you get a little bag like this. So in the bag you get these, and these are just going to be used to lock off so they can't move. So once this has been slotted down in position into that V-slot, you just get these, and they go into that little hole, and they just look like that. But what they're doing on the other side is they're just stopping the whole thing from being able to move up and down. It just locks it off in position. So you then have one of these on every single one. So that one hasn't got one in yet, and we're just going to put one in each of those all the way round, and that just helps to lock them off. You may decide not to put them in, but I think that's probably worth putting them in. If you think you might want to move the shelving up and down, and you've got this against the back wall here, you may find if you put those in that you won't be able to move it when it's in position, because you have to drag it out to take these out first. So if you think you might want to move them around occasionally, I'd possibly leave these, at least the back ones, out, because you might not get to them in the end. But other than that, it's probably easier just to drag them out, move the shelves and pop them back in again, but they'll be easy enough. So there we go, the assembly of the Rack 400 from Homebase, and I say this currently was £99. It's good racking. I hope you found this interesting. Don't think it took too long to put together, and yeah, I'll say if this was £200 or £189 that I think it normally is, personally I think it's well worth it. And if you need some racking, hope you found that interesting. Anyway, look out for more films. Bye.